So first it's the mic, and now it's me not being on camera. What's popping, y'all? Welcome back to the media room. It's your girl Henny, and you know what's about to go down. We are about to get into a quick review of Chrisean's interview last night with Angela Yee and the ladies of Lip Service. Now, what I'm going to say to you is this is not going to be a long one, but it's going to be a good one because y'all know we have members today. For those who are members on Hennessy Reviews, we will be going members live. So, yes, last night, Chrisean did an interview. This would be her second interview because her first one was with Sarah Mia for Faith City Central. Is my sound okay? Do I sound distorted? Is everything coming in clear for you guys? I need to know because I don't have my microphone, you guys. I don't have it. And I'm not going back into Henny Studios because Henny Studios is hot like fire. And I know y'all are probably like, Henny, you need to go get an AC ASAP. Okay, I sound fine. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. So, first and foremost, let me say this. I loved this interview. I love the energy that it was giving. I loved how gentle they were being with Chrisean. I love the calming, soothing energy and vibes of this interview because, normally people try to attack and sneak attack, and then we can see when they're being messy. And yeah, so I don't know what this is. Okay, I don't know. StreamYard just sent me this, so I just put it in the chat. Whatever. All right. Anywho, so we can see when they're trying to be messy, even when they're trying to be like cordially messy or like on the low messy. We pick up on the vibes, but there wasn't any cordial or on the low messy that they were giving. They were actually giving like their supporters of her, like real supporters. It was like as if she was sitting with one of us and we were interviewing her. It was very supportive, very much pouring into, very much allowing her to speak and allowing her to tell her story without any additives or preservatives, no fillers and no mess. And I love this because she's not really on that messy tip no more. Like she don't want to be messy. She don't want to spill the tea. And she's really got her image, what she's wanting to put out there. She's got it in check because it's different when you're putting up a facade, right? When you're faking something, you can only fake it, but for so long. But when you are being your true, authentic, and genuine self organically with people, it shines through. And what I will say is the one thing that we've always been able to see in Chrisean has been this meekness, this humbleness, this calm. She's clear. You know what I'm saying? She has no distractions. She has no pressure on her. No, none of that. And it's like you can tell when a person is bogged down in things and when a person has been yes, I was singing it. Bogged down in things that are weighing them down, because that's a lot of what she was carrying. She has unburdened herself. Like I don't know what other people see. I don't know what other people feel, but I just really feel like even just looking at her glow is, it's like it's stepped up a notch even more. It's just glowing. She's happy and she's vibrant and she's not faking the funk that she's happy. She's really, truly, genuinely happy. And I love the space that she is in. I love what she is giving us. She's giving us her. She's giving us her. She's giving us, like I said yesterday, there were times during the Deshay stream that I saw glimpses of young Chrisean peeking through. Okay. And when you're able to get glimpses of the younger version of a person peeking through, for me, that's a sign of like their purity is back. Like and that's not to say she was impure, but when we're burdened down, you can either look old or you start to look old, or you look younger when you're not burdened. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that she looks a whole lot younger, refreshed even. And so yesterday she also had gone live. Now we didn't get very many clips of the live, but there were a couple of clips that I did manage to catch of her from the live, and I want to talk about those clips. She revealed to us that she has a project that she's working on. So let's check that out, guys.
I ain't gonna hold you. Making gospel music literally is healing my soul. My atmosphere is keeping me up. Like,
Now, I can attest, and I'm quite sure a lot of you can attest in the comment section, that is something about the frequency in the gospel music. Like, gospel music can be very soothing, very healing, very elevating for a person. And to hear her say that it's been healing for her, I totally can see that. I totally see that. Um, let's get into, and I'm like glad that she's doing. Here we go. Here we go. I don't even have that many windows open, bro. It's always something. It's always something. It's always something. I can't even. Nothing on my screen is working again. Okay, you guys, hold on. Maybe it wasn't meant for me to go live today at this time. Hold on. Okay. Now let's see. It's still not working. What the hell? What the heezy? All right, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I on the stage? I can't see the comments. Can y'all hear me? Okay, y'all can hear me. Good. All right. Yeah, so I don't know what that's about. Had to power down. Anyway, I'm just mad that I'm stuck like this now. Okay, wait. No, I'm not. Boom. All right. So as I get this technical difficulty together, we got Chrisean debuting Arissa. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I had no idea that Arissa could blow the way that she was blowing. Like, when she first did the performance on the Sunday service that she did, when they first premiered Yahweh, I was like, damn, Arissa, I didn't know you had pipes like that, girl. So, yeah, and then to hear her like yesterday, she was really like going in, and you could see Arissa, this is something that she does, because she was like, nope, that sound flat. I don't like that. Nope, do it again. Like, and we got to really hear Arissa. And I don't know about y'all, but I would definitely buy an album by Arissa. Like, I really would. Yeah, I was blown away by it as well. Like, not to say that I didn't think, okay, here we go. Okay, now let me get this one out of here. All right. Yeah, y'all can hear me. All right. Okay. Not to say that, I don't know. I'm not trying to say anything bad. I'm just saying, like, I didn't know that she could sing. And I don't know why I feel like that. I feel like people try to twist things sometimes, but she has a really powerful voice, very powerful. I can't wait. She says she has a project coming. I can't wait to see what that project is going to be. Um, and I'm definitely willing to support anybody that is doing something positive. I definitely want to be supportive of that. We also got news that there will be a project coming from not only Chrisean, but we're getting a project coming. I thought I had put up there that Chrisean told us that we were getting the live version of the song. Oh, I guess I clipped it up and didn't put it up. No. Here it is.
Harmony. You want to take it out?
It's mine is like real
subtle, but I like how it was just you know.
Okay.
Take them out.
So we just take the one, two parts.
She come in something. It's like got piggyback. You had your spot, and she, you know.
Okay, so just take your.
So we're editing the live so we can put it on all platforms, plus the live performance. But stay tuned for the short film that comes with this. And Rican, I can't stress it enough. We got this song, bro. She told her testimony. I was able to shout out to Tay. This is when you say mine.
Yeah.
Now, she said, it's like a thank you for the super sticker, Jacqueline. We're getting a mini, like a little mini TV series or something, a little mini movie. Cause I'm here for it. We're getting a Yahweh mini movie. I didn't even know that Brie and Tim were married. Oh, cleaning up her vocals for that live version release. Yes, definitely. And she was so professional with it. Yeah, she does. She has a little doll face. I love this look with this little bonnet. I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was the cutest little, like, I don't know, not little, like is in, oh, you know, but I thought it was just a cute look for her. Then we also got Chrisean being Chrisean. Chrisean being Chrisean. I'm loving this. This right here is just, I'm here for all of this. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm here for all of this.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay, so she spoke on her experience with gospel music.
I ain't gonna hold you. Here, y'all, Daisy McCall. Look at her over here. Oh yeah, me and her got a hood gospel on the way too. So me, Deja, and Rican put a project together. Well, me and Deja separate. Me and Rican separate. Same genre though. I had them come to the church. Here, y'all, Daisy McCall. Look at her. Shout out to Kim. Kim, you know, management. Shout out for her. Hey, y'all, tag Miss Kim. Tag my manager in this live. That's why they mad. Kim the Blueprint.
I want to say this. I'm excited. I'm excited for Arissa's album. I'm excited to hear what her and Deja have put together. I'm excited to hear what her and Rican have put together because she talked about that on Lip Service, and I can't wait to hear that. But I want to see where Kim is getting ready to take all of this because I don't know. If you don't know, then I don't know how you don't know. But Kim is Three Finger Duty Shooter's ex-wife, and she's very pretty. She's gorgeous. Kim is gorgeous, okay? And she's shouting out Kim for all of this. baby Kim, if you putting all of this into play, into motion like this, honey, we here for it. Okay. We are here for it. I'm here for this management. Girl power all the way. I feel like a female manager is what she probably needs because, man, listen, you got to think about this. You got to think about this. Kim was with WAC for a very long time, which means that not only did she get connections and network and plugins to things, she probably learned a few things. She was Blueface first manager. She the reason he got to the BET Awards, Henny. It's in his booking bio. There you have it. Now, I know, I see you, Edna, you asking, should we trust her? Honestly, she's been booked and busy ever since she's been with Kim. Kim is, and let me tell you something about the booking and the busying that's going on. This booked and busy that Chrisean is on, I'm also here for that because she's not sending her to places that are going to play with her. Okay. Like I was saying about the interview last night, Angela Yee and them are supporters of Chrisean. Okay. They're supporters of Chrisean. They handled her how she should be handled. They allowed her to lead as to what amount. If she was going to be messy, they were going to let her be messy. If she didn't want to be messy, they weren't going to push her to be messy. She did the Sarah Mia. She premiered her song. She did her song and performed her song in the church. In the church. Baby, if that's the kind of booked and busy that we have to look forward to, I can't wait. Right. Or anyone ghetto, highly elevated people. I think Kim is going to bring that air of sophistication to things. Blue managing her kept her in ratchet circuits like Bootleg Kev, and she did No Jumper. She did a couple of like those little podcasts or whatever, but that's more like, that's not the lane that Chrisean should have been like walking in anyway. Like with a female manager, this is what I'm saying, with Kim as her manager, a female, it's going to push her into a bigger lane, a bigger direction. You know, hood dudes get on a hood level and they stay there sometimes. They don't think high level. They think, oh, I made it to the Breakfast Club and I've made it. No, Kim is like, no, we're going to go ahead. We're going to put you on Angela Yee. We're going to put you on a platform with somebody who has a name. And Angela Yee is known from being on the Breakfast Club. She was the original co-host on the Breakfast Club. And she was on Breakfast Club for a very long time. So she's also a plug towards radio and all of that. She's going, she's just going in a different direction. And I like the way that she's going with this. I think I see the vision. But I don't want to say that I know the vision because I don't know Kim. I think none of us really know Kim. But let's get into some of these clips from the interview last night that Chrisean had. Now, in this clip that we're about to play, it is Chrisean talking about her being baptized.
So what was that experience like getting baptized?
So I feel like when I was attending Pastor Mike Todd Church in Oklahoma, like, because it was nothing to do, I was born out there. Mm-hmm. But I was driven to the church because I used to watch when I was back in college, like online. And I was getting my hair done. And I was like, what church you suggest? So they suggested too. Like Transformation Church. I was like, Transformation out in Oklahoma? I thought that was Atlanta church or something. Like, it gave me like a big city church.
Right.
It wasn't.
Like a mega church.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, that's up the street. Okay. So I started attending. They embraced me a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot. There's so much love there.
It feels like
what he's doing over there is phenomenal with the music.
Right.
Like, it's like a space where you can serve God through your talent. And it was like a direction I was trying to get clarity from with my music and where I really wanted to go, where I really fit in at.
Because being there might have you never would have thought that like being in Oklahoma. I'm sure at first you were like, oh man, I gotta.
No,
But
I was
then-
ready to get out.
Yeah. Right, but
I was praising God. No, I was happy.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
could have
saying.
been anywhere.
But
Just
before
'cause I'm not in
that,
cell.
before you found the church, because sometimes that's hard too. You're away from home, but then now you find your church, and who knows what would have happened if that wouldn't have been your situation.
I would have just been in my hotel room, just praying. That's it. Like it still would have been church with me.
But
But the
sometimes
fact to go to a sanctuary, to embrace the atmosphere, to go like, and then like, okay, turn around, clock in at the studio, and you still feel God's presence.
Right.
Because there's a lot of times where we enter like rooms where God is with you, but that isn't the presence of God is not there. So, but it was like I don't know, it just felt good. It was very feeling. But
you also got baptized. So what was that?
Now that baptism was everything. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but when I watched her get baptized, it was like watching her leave everything behind. Like the true, and maybe it's just a little deep thinking, a little deep diving, but she had just come home from being locked up for 3 months. She had just come home. She shared with us in her testimony with Apostle Mike Freeman. When she told him, she basically, I mean, even before that, when she was on with Jamal Bryant, let's go all the way back to that interview. She spoke about how she asked God to make jail like the healing. I can't remember the exact words that she used, but basically it was like a healing center for her. And she came out and she was on fire for God. And we saw her going to church. We saw her in church. We would watch and see glimpses of her in the audience. She was right there in church. And when we watched her get baptized, to me, it was like, okay, this is her solidification into the turning over and the changing of her life. Yes, thank you, Latrina, a rebirth. A rebirth. Thank you. It was a spiritual hospital. That's what she asked him to turn it into, a spiritual hospital. And it was a rebirth. It was a rebirth that happened. And when she came up out that water, I just felt like she was renewed, restored. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I hope I'm making sense. And since then, she's been really serious. I haven't seen her like step away, because even on Sunday, when she wasn't at Faith City Central, she was at church with Terrain and her family. Yeah. She was at church. This is not like, she's really like, she's always had God with her. She's always, people know, oh, she was playing with God and this, that, and the third. And Edna, don't even argue with her, because or them, whoever they are, because I know where they come from and I know what they're talking about. And at the end of the day, if you don't know your word and you don't know biblical history, you don't know terminology and all of that, then you really shouldn't speak. If you're not somebody who's ever been a part of the church, who's ever been lit, on fire, saved, sanctified, and filled with the Holy Ghost Spirit, if you don't know what that means or what that feels like, then you don't understand what's going on. If you are not a spiritual person, you don't understand what's going on. And when I say a spiritual person, I don't mean a person who just decides that they're going to float around this world as if they've got it all in control. No, do you really know what it means to surrender? Do you really know what it means to throw all your cares and cast them aside? Do you really know what it means? Do you really know what it means to be dedicated to something greater than you? Do you really know what it's like to walk that walk? Do you know what it means to be backslidden? Do you know what that means? Do you know what a backslide is? Do you know what it means to overcome and conquer from being backslidden? Let me tell you something. When you walk with God and you slip and you backslide, them same demons and principalities that were waiting for you, that you left behind are waiting for you. What does it say? You sweep out your house and they come back and they see the house is clean. And that one, for every one, they bring 10 more with them. And that 10 more bring 10 more with them. And before you know it, you filled up with it. Do you know what it is to fight your way back out of a backslide? So if you don't know what it is to fight your way out of a backslide, then you really should Hirsch. Do you want to sit up and take advice from somebody who ain't never said a hallelujah or amen? Who's never got up here and spoken spiritual? Given any type of spiritual anything? Who doesn't give any advice or wisdom? They just give you bullshit entertainment? Then you need to go back over there with the bullshit entertainment, because over here, we speak the real. Over here, you're going to learn. My job is not to only entertain. My job is to also enrich, enlighten. I want to leave an impact, a positive one on people. I want when people see, oh, Henny Live, I want them to come because they know they're going to learn something. They're going to get something. They're going to feel good when they leave. That's the difference. So if that's not what you're here for, you here to stir up drama in the comments, you can leave or you can stay in the bushes. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So yeah, she had the baptism and I thought that was great. And I think, you know, this is a great way for her to show that she's definitely, not that she has to prove anything to anyone, but she's showing us in her ways and actions and the way that she's moving. When we were talking about the marketing, let's go back there for a second. The marketing of Blue versus the marketing of her now. When Blue was marketing her, Blue had her dressing skimpy. You know, like I said, he had her on places like Shark Tank, like places that were going to keep her in a certain level. It wasn't going to allow for growth. And he was giving her an image that was not becoming or befitting of who she was. But she's going to talk about that for herself. But anyway, the image that she has now, it's more fitting of Chrisean. Like this is, it looks like it's her style, not somebody else saying you should wear this. And I'm only coming to that. I'm not saying that that's exactly what it was, but that's the visual that we get, because guess what? When he went through his little stint of bringing Jaden back into the house, she started dressing the same way that Chrisean was dressing. Now you see more of Chrisean in everything that she's doing. There's nobody influencing what she's doing. It's her and God. But now she spoke on motherhood. Her and Rican also spoke on motherhood during this interview. And I liked what they had to say.
Beautiful baby.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How has being a mom changed you?
Did you see how her face lit up when she said, "You have a beautiful baby"?
Me down.
Let's go back for a second.
It put the truth in a real perspective.
But you also got baptized. But look, on the bright side of things, you got a beautiful baby.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
How has being a mom
to
changed
catch
you?
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
It slowed me down. It put the truth in a real perspective. And it added increase too. Like, my baby been nothing but a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he helped me find myself.
Yeah.
You said
Do you feel the same way?
thing, right? Yeah.
Yes. Like what? Like that's really like
Yeah.
clarity in a person. Like it's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like you think like a logical person, like with a child, because you know everything that you do is going to impact this
That
little
baby
person
come
that
first.
needs you. Then I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like that's another thing we have in common too. We don't really like. I don't know. I feel like
Quick
our
question,
kids
do
only
y'all-
really got us for real. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like I feel like my baby. Like, I mean, I got family, but it's like I'm gonna make sure she's straight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Before you. Debate, yeah.
Yes, like for real.
But like on the bright side of things,
I love that. I loved that. Clarity in a person. I've never heard anyone describe motherhood like that, but that's exactly what it is. Like kids give you a certain clarity, they bring a certain your thought pattern and process just changes. And like she said in her interview with Sarah Mia that we watched, she said, you know, walking with God and motherhood kind of came intertwined with one another. They're one because she wanted to be better for him. And so it's like when I sit back and I hear people saying, oh, y'all was saying that a baby wasn't going to change her. That baby hasn't changed anything about her. Are y'all eating the humble pie? What was that lady's name on the help that ended up getting the shit pie? What was her name? Miss something. Are you eating a humble pie or are you eating that pie? That's what I want to know. Which pie are you eating? Would you say she definitely represented a different genre of music that went along with that type of wardrobe when she was younger? Well, you make a point about her being younger. Hey, T.
Cover up.
for your tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna ask you that next. What are you
Okay,
gonna do
good.
about that?
Huh?
I was gonna ask you, what are you gonna do about that tattoo on your face?
I'm taking my time with it,
hmm
but I already kind of put things in place.
So you have an appointment. That's gonna be a few sessions, probably.
Yeah.
No, just one.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could get that? Can you get something like that on your face?
Don't do
removed?
that. I believe in it. It's just according to your belief.
Do you think you can get it
Is it a
removed?
laser?
No, you
Ugh.
don't want to do that. You want to
It's
do
like
that?
a whole year.
It will be a few sessions. I think
And
might
then
get a
I
whole
had
sleeve
this
to go.
thought in my head I wouldn't probably remove it because it's part of me.
Yeah, that's how I be feeling. I ain't gonna lie. I
Like
be
it's
feeling
just
like
a
that.
picture.
I just be covering stuff up.
Yeah, you do cover stuff
Oh
up?
my! I had a face on me too.
Oh, you did?
I did. It's gone. It's
I
a
had a
big
face on my neck. It was a rose.
sunflower
It's gone.
growing.
Yeah.
I got when I was 17. I used to just be doing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I ain't got no
Listen,
tattoos.
I'm a tattoo serial tattoo
Yeah,
getter,
Gigi
and
done
I
had
cover
so
them right.
many
I cover
covered
them.
up.
I remove them. I got a double cover up. I got a cover up that's covered up.
Girl,
Okay?
this is the double cover. up. You see this? I don't even know what this is. What is that?
It looks
I got
like
a clear
butterfly.
Me too.
I got a
Oh,
big old
God.
black rose
It was
right
somebody
there.
did right here.
Yeah, child.
Yes. I was thinking about a cover up.
Now, I don't know. I mean, when she first got the tat, all of us was wondering, like, what's she going to do when it come down to that tattoo? Like, you know, like she covered the one on her neck up and it was covered up really nicely. But let's be honest, the one that was on her neck pales in comparison to the one that's on her face. The one that's on her face, you could tell the difference in the level of professionalism, like, well, not professionalism, but the level of expertise. That's what I wanted to say. You could tell the difference in the level of expertise. The one on his neck, on her neck, yeah, it looked like him, but it wasn't like the one that's on her face. The one that's on her face, she got that done. That was really, really good. Like whoever did that did really great. We know who they went to. That's the same tattoo place. I don't know how to say their name, but she went to the same tattoo place that I believe, who was it that got put to sleep and got their whole body tatted? Was it Offset? I think it was. They put you to sleep there at that place. Like if you want to get your whole body done, and that's like extensive work, yeah, they'll put you to sleep and then they'll have like 5, 6, 7 different tattoo artists working on you at one time. But yeah, I believe, did she go to the same place that covered? Well, I think she got the cover up. She got the rose from there, right? But I don't think she went to that same place and got that neck tat. It was a woman, wasn't it? And she was paralyzed after and was in the hospital. There's a story I did hear about that. I did hear about that. Yeah. But let's hear what she got to say about the tattoo.
I'm celibate. I'm so wrapped up in
But
my
I'm saying
bag.
later in life.
Not forever, but
You'll think about that
it's
when
not stopping
at that
nobody
time.
from
Yeah.
sliding
I
up.
mean, 'cause
like,
period, talking
that
shit.
part.
it's,
So
Yeah.
they are gonna do it
But once you
regardless.
get
Oh,
serious with
no.
somebody, they're gonna be
yeah, I'm
like,
gonna get
Yeah.
serious,
yeah.
But
but
the tattoo don't
serious
stop
is when they
nothing. I'm telling you
serious.
that.
Like,
Unless you date
sure,
somebody else
I
named
really want a
Jonathan.
man or guy. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, they really wholesome. Like I
a
ain't gonna
little
lie.
thug, and I'm like, oh, I'm celibate.
So Chrisean said that tattoo ain't stopping nothing, honey. It ain't stopping nothing. You heard? And not only that, in the interview, she said she's not doing a laser. And it takes several sessions for her to be able to have that removed. And then you may not even get all of it removed. Not, you know what, uniquely. She said the one on her neck was flea market. The one on her face is Neiman Marcus. I'm not doing this, okay? I'm not doing this with you at all. At all. And as we're going through this, this girl right here, I don't even remember her name, in the pink, she was telling about how she had gotten some laser done and how you still see parts of it there. And yeah, I'm with Chrisean. If I get something like that done, you're not about to leave no marks and bits on my face. No. But I think, in the meantime and in between time, I think when she said, Annie, send it to the water table. This is water table free Wednesday. Water table free Wednesday. Y'all could cut up. Y'all could cut up. I forgot what I was about to say. I don't know what I was about to say. I think, she was saying that she didn't, if with Chrisean, right. When when we start seeing her covering that thing up with some makeup, because they have makeup now that can cover up tattoos. So when we see her covering that thing up with some makeup, and she doesn't really display it now. If you think about it, everything is always, she's always sitting the opposite of the tattoo, so it's not showing. So when we start to notice that she has covered the tattoo up with makeup, and we looking at both sides of her face and we don't see that tattoo, we know she's probably at that point where she ready to get rid of it. But until then, I mean, shoot, it blends with her, or maybe we just got used to it. I mean, when she first got it, you barely see it. You really do. You barely see it. Now, this one is a long one, and I actually meant to post this over here, but I'm going to post all of these shorts over here on YouTube, for you guys as well. I don't know if I'm going to make a video, but I am going to make some videos because I want to start doing that again. I miss making the videos. But this is what she had to say about set her boundaries, her relationship with Blueface, accountability. Like, our girl went in.
Hard to break free from certain things when they're right there in front of you.
Yeah, I really feel like isn't it based on like what you allow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
So it won't. We can hold them accountable all day long, but if I hold myself accountable,
Yeah.
I could have prevented all of that, honestly, and still got the money. I just didn't have like self-discipline. I didn't have boundaries. Like I didn't really follow the word. Like I was just having too much fun. Like
You was in the moment.
Yeah, and more so like not in the word. So
sometimes people also praise those things too, like the audience and
they
people's
praise
attention.
the recognition. Me, I was praising God the whole time, but kind of like, I don't know. It's like you could like how basically how I met him was during a TV show. I'm in college. You feel me? I'm at like 200,000 followers. Okay. it boosted up whatever I was trying to go after. Okay, cool. Where I did was I didn't set these boundaries to keep it corrected. I kind of like turned in whatever he was. Not necessarily like it's wrong for him to, but for me, it was wrong for me. It was.
Okay, I paused that because what she said, she became him. Some people won't understand that statement that she just made about her becoming him. I want y'all to think about this. When we are with a person, we begin to take on characteristics and traits of that person. And it's not something that we intend to do. But if your partner has a certain lingo that they use, you pick up that lingo. They have certain characteristics and traits to them that, little things that they do, little habits that they do, you start to pick up on them. So when she says, I became him, that's what she's talking about. And so when we say things like our partner is a reflection of us, that's what we're talking about the reflection. So she was reflecting him. And if you look at her face while she's saying this, she's like, I'm not saying that's wrong for him, but it wasn't me. That's what she's saying.
It was wrong for me. Like, I was supposed to, I can't even say how I hear it in my head, but
tell me how your family's reacting with all of this now with you. Because you come from a big family. So
it's like I told you so.
No, they knew like it was gonna click.
Okay. They knew that eventually you would
click.
Get it.
Like when they seen like the greatness and stuff like that, and they see me, top athlete, this and this and that, to taking disrespect, but I'm telling you, it's all what you allow. Like I was allowing disrespect. Exactly. That's me disrespecting myself before. You feel me? So it was one of those. And I'm a loyal person. If you change my life, I don't know how to like
just leave you for dead.
Yeah, Lord.
Now, I'm sorry. While everybody was busy leaving hateful comments in the comment section and all of that, did anybody hear what she said? Did they? I wonder if they caught what she said there, because they always say she never takes accountability. That sounds like full-on accountability. That's when I talk to y'all about healthy accountability. That's what I'm talking about. That is healthy accountability at its finest right there. And that's how you know somebody is working on them, truly doing the work on them, when they can look at the part that they played in the situation and own it. She said, I was allowing it. I was taking the disrespect. I was allowing it. And that wasn't respecting myself. And that's kind of like, that's like what I was saying earlier today when we was on reviews and we were reading the Soldier Boy case. Let me come back on this camera. Hey, y'all. When we were reading that case, and I was saying to you guys, when you love something more than you put it above yourself. So, for example, what I was saying about, I was concerned about the image that I would have being someone who had 4 kids and no husband, no father for them. I was a single mom of 4 kids, how people would drag me for that, right? So I cared about that more than I cared about myself. oh, I need to stay because it'll give my kids this image of a family. But that image, I loved that image more than I did me or my family, because I wasn't doing what a person who loved themselves at that time would do. And at that point in time, you know, as people, we go through things. And when we're going through those things, we have to realize when we're not loving ourselves. Okay, when you're not loving yourself, when you're not respecting yourself, when you're not caring for yourself, when you're not nurturing yourself, that's when things happen. So when you're in a situation that is not nurturing you, loving you, taking care of you, prospering you, growing you, strengthening you, when it's not giving those things to you, the self inventory check that you have to do is, am I loving on myself? Am I giving that to myself? What is this saying to me about me? And then once that's the you come to that with, what is it saying to me about me? Then what is it saying to this person about me? Because we teach people what our boundaries are. We teach people how to treat us by the way we allow them to treat us. So what she's saying here is, I was allowing the disrespect. I was allowing this stuff to happen. And in allowing this stuff to happen, I wasn't respecting myself. That's healthy accountability. Man, listen.
I'm gonna remember what you did for me. Like, so I had to separate maturity with the truth. With it's a lot of dissecting.
Now, what she said about, you changed my life, I'm always gonna be there, I'm a loyal person. When somebody comes into your life and they make a drastic, significant change in your life, I'll give y'all a good example. I've constantly said to you that I've never really known people to be that kind. Like, people have had ulterior motives for whatever reason, right? So I wouldn't let people in. I wouldn't let people get close because I've always felt like, okay, what's the ulterior motive here, right? I've had people that have stepped close to me, and in those seasons and those moments that we were together, they taught me something. They showed me something. They showed me, they changed my view on things. It's a small thing, but for me to be able to really genuinely like rock with a person, they had to have changed something. So what I've learned is, the change is there, and I will always honor that and be grateful for that, right? But I'm not a slave to it. And I think that's what we all should take away from this right here. What she's saying is, someone can come in and change your life. Someone can come in and alter you. Somebody can show you a different way of things, show you a different way of loving, a different way of trusting, a different way of understanding, a different way of moving. Like, I've had someone that came in my life and changed how I viewed certain things, changed how I handled certain things. And because they took the care and the time to do that, I'm forever grateful. But I'm not a slave to you. We're all here to give reciprocity. We're all here. We're supposed to pour into one another. That's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to pour into one another. But somehow society has taught us to backbite, be vicious, be harmful, to tear down. And we don't look at pouring into one another. All of us have our shit with us. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is 100% innocent in any situation. There's always something, right? But just because they altered something great for you does not make you a slave to them. We have to remember that. Because there are some people that are hopelessly devoted and loyal to severe fault. And I'm loving what she's saying. I'm loving it. That's why I couldn't clip this part up. Like, it had to be the whole thing in its entirety. This is a teachable moment that everybody can learn from.
Right.
For real.
And also being accountable for what you allow gives you more control over yourself.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
To know that you can control what happens.
You can.
Instead of feeling like it's your fault this happened.
Yeah, like don't ever try to victimize or point a finger. I used to do that because you expect something better, and it's like you can't expect nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I'm telling you, I don't know. It's like I can't even. Like my appetite different. Like I don't know. So
It's hard to break free from certain.
Her appetite is different. She has a taste for something different. Her desires have changed. Her wants have changed. Her needs have changed. She took her control back because she was out of control of herself. Not saying that he was in total and complete control and mastermind. I'm not saying all of that. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about what she said in that. I'm going to play it again without interrupting it.
Things when they're right there in front of you.
yeah, I really feel like isn't it based on like what you allow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
So it won't. We could hold them accountable all day long, but if I hold myself accountable,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have prevented all of that, honestly, and still got the money. I just didn't have like self-discipline. I didn't have boundaries. Like I was, and I didn't really follow the word. Like I was just having too much fun. Like
You was in the moment.
yeah, and more so like not in the word. So
Sometimes people also praise those things too, like the audience and
they
people.
praise the
attention.
recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I was praising God the whole time, but kind of like I don't know. It's like you could like how basically how I met him was during a TV show.
Mhm.
I'm in college. You feel me? I'm at like 200,000 followers. Okay. It boosted up whatever I was trying to go after. Okay. Cool. Where I did was I didn't set these boundaries to keep it corrected. I kind of like turned in whatever he was. Not necessarily like it's wrong for him to, but for me, it was wrong for me. It was wrong for me. Like I was supposed to. I can't even say how I hear it in my head, but
Tell me how your family's reacting with all of this now with you, because you come from a big family. So
It's like I told
they
you
knew.
so.
No, they knew like it was gonna click.
Okay. They knew that
It was
eventually you
gonna
would get it.
click. Like
that's
when they
what's so scary
seen
for
when they
family.
seen like the greatness and stuff like that, and they see me top athlete, this and this and that, to taking disrespect, but I'm telling you, it's all what you allow. Like I was allowing disrespect.
Exactly.
That's me disrespecting myself before. You feel me? So it was one of those. And I'm a loyal person. If you change my life, I don't know how to like
just leave you for dead.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna remember what you did for me. Like so I had to separate maturity with the truth, with it's a lot of dissecting.
Right.
For real.
And also being accountable for what you allow gives you more control over yourself.
Exactly. Absolutely.
To know that you can control what happens.
You can.
Instead of feeling like it's your fault this happened.
Yeah, like don't ever try to victimize or point a finger. I used to do that because you expect something better, and it's like you can't expect nothing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I'm telling you, I don't know. It's like I can't even. Like my appetite different. Like I don't know. So
it's hard.
Listening to it in its entirety without breaking it up. After you've broken it up, it hits. It hits. Like I'm telling you, when I first watched this, I'm not gonna lie. Remember yesterday I said to y'all, look, my body said it's tired. I'm going to take a nap. And I ended up not really taking a nap, but I didn't take it right then and there. But eventually I did lay down and take a nap. And then I woke up and then I started watching the interview. And as I'm watching the interview, I got to that point and then it was like, I don't know, I just kind of like drifted back to sleep. But I was still hearing it play as I was sleeping. Like as I was drifting off, I'm still listening to it, still listening to it, still listening to it. When it changed to something else, I went back and put it back on. And I sat up and I went to the part where I was like, okay, I heard this part. So I'm watching it and then I just went back into it and went back to sleep, back to sleep, back to sleep. And then when I got up at 5 this morning, I was listening to it. And I was like, I got it. Like, it was like I was hearing it. Like, I just wanted to hear it as I was sleeping. I don't know. But it's like once I sat and watched the whole thing through again, and this time I'm awake and this time I'm alert and I'm hearing everything. It was like I understood everything that she was saying because subconsciously I was hearing it while I was sleeping. And the way that she is talking right now, you could tell that she's still kind of like, I don't know, because I think people in general, when we start talking about things and we get nervous or we don't feel like we're going to be understood, we ask like I do, does that make sense? Or am I making sense? Because I'm just giving you my honest thoughts. And I feel like that's what's happening. Like, am I giving you my honest thoughts? Yeah, please don't put numbers in the chat. It's cool. Like, but yeah, y'all get these likes up. But it's that part. If you don't take anything else from this interview, it's that part right there that was so powerful. This piece is so powerful to me. Or is it over here? Wherever it is, this piece is so powerful. And it speaks to her growth. It speaks to her evolution. It speaks to her transformation. That's what it speaks to. Let's see. And that, returning to television, we did that already. We did the boundaries. Oh, no, we didn't talk about the television. So she also had an announcement to make about returning to TV.
And again,
Yeah.
what would if you could do a show today, what would it be?
Oh, I'm already working up. I'm developing. Dang! I'm telling on myself. I don't like announcing stuff.
Well,
You
give us
gotta
a little
get
something.
tea,
Yeah,
but
give a
you
little
can-
tea.
A little tea.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
tea.
Okay. So me and my team, Kimberly, we brainstorming coming up with an app
Mhm.
in our own network
Okay.
Nice.
because I pull in too many numbers and I want all of it. And I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right.
As we should.
Know your worth.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then I keep negotiating my words. Okay. I'm a boss then. I'm not no
Do it
worker.
alone.
Right.
So it's one of those.
Yeah.
And it just inspired me to go harder. Like and not harder, but like that's hard to do.
Mhm.
So but I feel like, working a 9 to 5 is hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard, but you gotta choose your hard.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I want
Okay.
that hard. Like I want that type of hard. Like
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Going
Yeah.
into business for yourself
Yep.
and building something.
Yeah.
Do television again.
Yeah.
What would if you could do a show today? What
So we will be getting an app, a network. We're getting a network. This is what I mean about leveling up and boss babe moves. Because I don't know. I just get the feeling that if she were with Blue still and this idea popped up, it would have been something he talked her out of and probably told her, oh, you could just do it on OnlyFans like I did Blue Girls Club. Or it wouldn't be something centered around her because he would have to have his hands in it. It wouldn't be Chrisean's. It would be Chrisean and Blueface. And then she wouldn't be able to walk away with her network because her network would be their network. This is something that she's doing. And she's absolutely correct in what she's saying. She brings in numbers, baby. Zeus Network, y'all heard what Jayla had to say. I didn't make no posts about it, but I will. I'll make some videos over here about it for y'all. But Jayla, when she did her interview, she talked about Chrisean basically being what made the network pop. And she did. Had she never gone on Baddies South and they never got that viral moment and they never had those confessionals from her that would go viral, those confessionals from her that became memes, the confessionals from her that now have females saying stuff in confessionals, hoping that they would go viral, hoping that they'll be picked up and people will use them and go all the way around with them. She set a bar and a precedent. She catapulted that network. Go back and do your history on Zeus Network. Go look at the other shows that they had. TT, Do You Love Me? He's My Boyfriend. Black China Show. Bobby Lights had a show. One More Chance was on there. Jocelyn's Cabaret came on there and brought people to the network, but Chrisean came on Baddies and everyone stayed on the network and blew Baddies up. Baddies would not be what it is right now if it wasn't for Chrisean, even for those people who were once Chrisean fans that have since turned. You got to watch Baddies, and when Chrisean left, you had to find a new fave. That's how Scotty ended up getting a following. That's how a lot of these girls, and that's no disrespect to any of them, but let's clock it. Let's clock it and clock it correctly. This woman is about to do some phenomenal things. And I can't wait to see what unfolds. I can't wait to see the Yahweh live video. I can't wait to see the little mini movie or mini series that it's going to be that she's getting ready to do. I can't wait to see what happens with this network. She's being Kim. It looks to me like Kim, between Kim and the church, she's getting the guidance that she needs. This interview not only shows her growth spiritually and her maturity, it also tells me somebody done sat down and gave her some etiquette in interviewing as well. Interviewing etiquette. Not saying she didn't have any before, but what I'm saying is it's a different type of energy. You get what I'm saying? And I'm guaranteeing you before she went in there were boundaries set. Like, listen, I'm not going to talk about this and I'm not going to talk about that. Because when you go back to Ty Lil, she was upset because she said, you brought up everything I said not to. Isn't that what she said? She didn't want to talk about her sister. She didn't want to talk about Blue. So the way she got upset about that tells me that they had a conversation prior to her coming on. And she said to him, these are the two things that I'm not going to talk about. Don't bring them up. And he did anyway. Who you talking about, Cindy? Mookie? Well, she did say that in the past when she likes the interviewer, it goes really well. But what I'm saying is, even in the interview with Jason Lee, she was talking fast. Like she used to talk very fast, and you know that she would get excited. She would go be all over. You would have to really like pay attention because she's going to take you on a ride to bring it back around. She's very focused in her thoughts. She's very intentional in what she's saying. She's very focused on what's being asked of her. Her liking them is the bonus because then you really get that. But I love this. I absolutely loved this interview. I can't wait to see the one that she's getting ready to do with Angel. I think that's going to be another amazing interview that we're getting ready to get, and I believe that drops tomorrow. But I'm here for this. I'm here for this. Congratulations to her. Congratulations on her growth. Congratulations on her new journey. And salute to everybody embracing it. Once again, thank you, Jacqueline, for the super sticker. Thank you, Cheryl, for the super sticker. And thank you, Supreme Sandwich Girl 44 for the super sticker as well. But I wanted to come on here and I wanted to give y'all just a little bit, a little feedback on the interview. I wanted to share with y'all what I thought of it, what I got out of it, because there was a lot of moments. You're never too old to learn things. You're never too old to be taught. When you begin thinking that you are too grown to learn something from someone younger than you, that's when you are in trouble, baby, because we could learn from the youngest babe to the oldest person on earth. There's always a lesson to be learned and a lesson to be taught. It's up to you how you're going to receive it. But Cindy, I did not post that, but I know exactly what clip you are talking about. I have more to come. I've got to make a whole video. So I don't want to give too much when I'm going to do a video on something. But yes, definitely. Chrisean, keep going. We got you. This is beautiful. We are here for it. Your true supporters are standing with you. And we ain't going nowhere. Okay. Okay. But I want to thank y'all for rocking out with me this afternoon for this brief media showdown. Thank you for the Cash App that just came through. I appreciate you. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Tomorrow is open panel, you guys. Open panel Thursday. Remember, open panel on Tuesday and Thursday. And spiked coffee in the morning on Hennessy Reviews, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will see y'all then. If I pop back on, y'all know I'm on. In the meantime and in between time, make sure that you are following Hennessy Reviews and Straight Henny Media over on the IG. Love is always love, y'all, and I love all of y'all. High vibes to your day, and we out of here.